Welcome to the Buyers Masterclass brought to you by the Blankenship Group of Wallace Real Estate. I am April Blankenship. I am a real estate broker in East Tennessee, and I'm also a team leader for a team of 7 realtor professionals who serve all of East Tennessee and Middle Tennessee with residential real estate to commercial and everything in between. This mini 3-part series is meant to help buyers from the very beginning of their process to the closing table and kind of set those expectations and best practices. This first video is specifically how to find a realtor, how to interview them, and the buyer's consultation. And what does that look like and why is it important? So let's dig in. So if you are looking to find a realtor, of course, the first thing I recommend is a referral, right? If you have friends and family that they have used business professionals in the real estate industry that are very good, absolutely. These are people we want to start with when we do the interview process. However, if you don't, if you're doing research online for different realtors who are, really making a buzz, really just people in that area that you want to buy in, they're really looking like they're somebody you want to work with, I want you to get a list of questions together. What are your expectations of a realtor? When you hire somebody, what are you looking for? So for me, if I were hiring a real estate professional, here are some of the questions that I would ask, and they're going to be different for you. You ask what's important to you. But number 1, I would ask, are you communicative? For example, I am somebody who really needs updates. I want to know what's happening in the market. I want to know what is happening with the properties I'm looking at. If I request information, I want to know that I'll get it back quickly. So that communication is really at the top of my list. The next thing is I want to know what your experience in this area is. So I don't need you to live there your whole life, but have you been selling real estate in this area? Are you committed to getting the information that I need about schools, about say different land that I'm looking to purchase? How do I go about getting a soil test? All those things. Do you have references in this area that will help me through the buying process? So there are several questions that you can ask. I'm happy to go over those more in depth if anybody has any questions, but get your questions together because we're going to interview some realtors before we start house hunting. It's one of the biggest mistakes that we see in this industry. We see people start looking at houses first, which is really the cart before the horse. If you interview a realtor first, now you have a trusted resource who usually has lots of connections with lenders, with service professionals, inspectors, people that you can interview and use that we already know do a great job in our industry. So one of the biggest problems is we will see buyers reach out to 3 or 4 different agents asking questions about houses, maybe about an area or a neighborhood, and really none of those people have been chosen by the buyer to actually represent them. So they're just kind of doing busy work for free. So one of the things that helps with that is the interview process and committing to the realtor who commits to you. So that brings us to the buyer's consultation, which includes an exclusive buyer representation agreement. Here in the state of Tennessee, when we work with buyers, we always say we work exclusively with buyers who work exclusively with us. We do not work with buyers who work with multiple agents because only one of us can get to the closing table. And the truth is I can't fully help you if I'm not fully committed. And so we fully commit to our clients and ask that they do the same for us. So in order to do that, once you have chosen a realtor, you will sign a mutual agreement saying that I'm committing to you, you're committing to me, and that gives me the right to obtain information, represent you, negotiate on your behalf, and get information for you in the state of Tennessee. Now, one of the things that I just kind of want to punch on before we let this go is that for today is that realtors often have trusted lender professionals. There are so many great choices. Lenders are really, one of those professions that are just very, very, we are saturated with wonderful choices. However, your preferred Realtor is going to have preferred lenders who they have used to get them to the closing table with low stress and lots of good communication and good work ethic. Ask them who those people are. Find out who they are and call and interview them. You're welcome to shop your rates, of course, and shop the different personalities and ask them the same interview questions. But don't do it backwards. Let's not get the cart before the horse and just reach out to multiple agents, multiple lenders. Let's first interview and decide who we're going to trust and who is going to fight for us and who is going to commit to us so that you have a really detailed plan from a realtor that absolutely has your best interest at heart. I hope this is helpful. Stay tuned for the number 2 video in our mini series, which is all about what it looks like to hunt for land or hunt for a home in the state of Tennessee and what those expectations are. We look forward to seeing you at the next one.